We all know what having to lose weight is like. How about what comes after you lose the weight? Nobody told me what it was like after you would lose the weight, just how hard they thought it was to actually lose it. I've lost a couple pounds myself, so I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens when you finally lose it. It's pretty cool because you're gonna notice some of these things are internal as well as external. Let me explain. The very first thing that I noticed after I lost the weight was that I had built up successful habits within myself. When I was going through my weight loss journey, I had realized that I had to build in some tools into myself so that I could get through my journey and I could actually succeed. After I lost the weight, I realized that I had built in successful habits into myself. I had built up grit, I had built up persistence, I had built up consistency, and I didn't really know what those really meant until after I had lost the weight. I realized that, okay, this is all the things that I was doing correctly that meant that I was being consistent. And this is what I had to go through to learn consistency. And this is what it feels like to be consistent, using grit to be consistent. Even when you don't want to, you're still being consistent, you're still being persistent, and you're continuing to go after your goal. And I realized that this is the feeling that it feels like to have conquered that, and you are able to understand those and see those in yourself and realize the next time you go out and you try to build something for yourself, you try to better yourself somehow else, you can just apply these principles and you understand what it feels like to go through them. All you have to do is go through them and you will have exactly what you want. A huge one for me was that I noticed that my self-image improved. Like, you know, that little image in the back of your head at all times, that person that you have about yourself in your head at all times, especially when you're out in public with other people. The person who I thought I was when I was overweight, not as complete of a human as I am today. It's funny because this little guy that I had up in my head kept me insecure, it kept me without confidence, it kept me, you know, just in my head all the time about my own self-image, my own body weight. I always thought about what other people thought about me, and now that guy is completely killed. The guy in the back of my head that I see whenever I'm not looking at myself in the camera or in the mirror, that image of myself is someone who I want to be like, someone who is above me, who I think I should always strive to be. And I think that's a really awesome thing, because going from that insecure person, always thinking about what people think about you, always thinking about your body image, always being insecure about yourself, to someone that you're inspired to be like, and always keeping that person in the back of your head, it just gives you an overall image of yourself that makes you want to be a better person and stop caring about what other people think about you. Because of this, it's going to put you in a better mindset all the time, so you're happier, you're more positive, you are living a happier life, and other people are going to see that radiating off you, and they're going to love it even more. And I also noticed that self-confidence cannot strictly come from just thinking about trying to be more confident. Building self-confidence comes from achieving success. Because I was able to lose 120 pounds, I was able to see you've done something great that not a lot of people can do, and they wish they could do but never actually do, and that's something that is successful. Because I was able to lose all that weight, my internal confidence went through the roof. It's not just sitting there and trying to think about being confident or psych myself out to be more confident for some reason. I understand now that since I didn't really have much success before, I had a lot of success with football, that gave me some confidence, but as far as my body image and my body and myself, I didn't have much confidence there, and that's because I had zero success there. But now that I've created the body that I've earned, I have a lot more confidence because I'm able to do that, and I have already successfully done it. So when someone else comes up to me and I know that I have more success in that area, I'm gonna have more confidence when talking about it. I'm gonna have more confidence when it comes to actually doing what it takes to get this. This is something that I actually really loved, and I saw this straight from the beginning, was that people start to compliment you. Once you lose weight, especially if you lose a lot of weight, people really recognize that, and they compliment you and they praise you, and they give you all sorts of awesome, you know, comments about what you've done and your success. It was funny because when I was first trying to lose that 120 pounds, I would be 10 pounds down, 20 pounds down, maybe 15 pounds down, and people would start to realize that, and I didn't really see it myself, but people would come up to me and they'd say like, dang man, like you're looking so good, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, you know, keep it up, you're doing awesome. That really fueled my fire, because I like to be recognized for the efforts that I was putting in, all the hard work and the energy that I was putting in. And the funniest part was watching my progression and the progression of people's compliments. First it started off with, man, you're looking so awesome, you're doing good, keep it up, do great. And then 50, 60 pounds down, everyone's like, dang man, like you look like a totally different person, like whatever you're doing, like you gotta tell me your secrets, this and that. And you lose 120 pounds and people don't even recognize you, and they stare at you and they just look at you, they smile at you, and they're just completely mind blown by the fact that you could go from basically this to what I am now. And then I started to notice that I got a lot more attention at parties. Like for example, when I go to parties now, like when I walk in through the doors, you can see a lot of people's heads turn, especially, you know, some of the girls will check you out, whereas before it's like you walk into the party, especially a party, people know you and they just kind of, you walk in, they might say what's up or whatever, but now it's like people run up to you at the door, or they'll greet you, they'll bring you in, they'll give you some big ol' announcement that, you know, you're there and stuff, and like all this stuff just because you achieved a little bit of success for yourself. I even noticed that even at the gym and online, you get more attention too. Like more people will be turning their heads, especially if you're a dude and you're watching this, you're gonna be turning heads for the ladies, you're gonna be turning heads for the guys. Like people are just gonna start recognizing you and giving you attention everywhere you go. You're gonna have all eyes on you at all times, and that's, nothing feels better than that, all because you're here to work on yourself. Even online, I could tell a lot more people were liking my pictures, a lot more people were commenting on my pictures. You'll start to notice that your followers will go up on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, just because you're more attractive, just because you've lost weight, just because you're skinnier. I kid you not, these are real things that I've experienced. Another huge thing that I noticed is that people actually treat you with respect everywhere you go, and you can kind of notice this especially in like doctor's office or up at receptionist desk. Before, when I would walk up and I was overweight, they would usually just, you know, be doing their thing, talk on the phone, type on the computer. They wouldn't really recognize you, they wouldn't really talk to you, and you would be signing in up at the front desk, or you'd be doing whatever, trying to talk to them, and then they would just treat you as like, you know, just another patient or whatever. But now, a huge thing that I've noticed, especially like in situations like that, is that people will give you their undivided attention. They will look at you, they will smile at you when you're talking, they will smile at you when they're talking to you. They will not treat you like you are less than them. They will treat you with respect, and that they want to hear what you had to say, what you had to talk about. They'll ask you questions because they want to continue the conversation, and it's just like, that's just such an awesome feeling that I was able to experience that I didn't experience before, and it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Although there are the downsides of losing weight, like you have to buy new clothes. I went from like a size 44 waist to a 34 or a 36. I had to get rid of all my jeans, I had to get rid of all my shorts, I had to get rid of all my jackets that were like 2XL. My shirts are now either a large or a medium. I had to go through an entirely new wardrobe, which is actually pretty cool because you get to just get rid of all those clothes and you get to get new clothes. You actually look good in clothes. You can actually wear the clothes on mannequins. You don't look like some overweight guy trying to look like a skinny guy. You can actually look good in clothes. You can actually rock clothes that you couldn't rock before. You can stop shopping at the shops like Extra Large Man or whatever these large stores are. Stop wearing Tommy Bahama shirts, and you can actually start wearing clothes that you want to wear. And the last thing that I noticed was that you get to experience the skinny lifestyle, meaning you really don't sweat as much, especially like at school and stuff. When you're sitting in that classroom, that plastic chair, you're walking around all day and it's hot and you're just drenched in sweat all the time. Either your face is sweating or your shirt's just soaking up your sweat. Like, that doesn't happen nearly as much after you lose the weight. You also don't get out of breath as much, so doing normal daily activities like walking upstairs or going anywhere and having to walk like a half mile or a quarter mile doesn't bother you because you don't get out of breath, and you hardly notice going from point A to point B without being tired or sweaty. Going out and playing games with your friends or going out and doing like competitions and stuff is actually fun. It's actually fun now because you can compete. You're not insecure, you're not, you know, nervous or anxious about doing something because you're overweight and you already know you're gonna lose because you're up against all these fit people or all these skinny people. You know, it actually becomes fun because you can compete in things like that. You can compete in marathons if you want to, or play games. If you want to play a pickup game of football, you can actually do good and have fun and not have to, you know, just stand there the whole time, never get the ball and never have any fun. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Go ahead, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. I got a new video coming for you guys on Monday. Go ahead, drop a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I want to see you guys back again for the next video. As always, have a fantastic rest of your day.